Hello.
What's begun is the war that will force this divide. What's
Good
to
evening.
come is fire and the end of time. I am the one who can recount what we've lost. I am the one who will live on.
Okay.
I have run through the
I'll be sculpting boot number 2 on this fella, which we started this morning.
I have fought to see the other side.
Let's get into it. Boot number 2.
The one who can recount what we've lost.
Oh, Stephanie.
I am the one who will live on.
What's this all about? I'm about to show you. That's the boot right there. The boot. Hey, Saradini. These boots were made for sculpting. And that's just what they'll do. Saradini. Hey, what's up, Finner? Good afternoon, friend. I too fancy strolling around, and it just my adventure boots and nothing more. Oh my goodness. Well, for now. Hey, what's up, dear Doomer? I mean, he does have his mask on.
Spare a coin for an old beggar.
Hey, good evening to you, Kodat. Thank you very much for that tip, my friend. Speaking of tip, we're going to be doing something special tomorrow, at the beginning of hopefully something new. I'm going to be making troll heads for tips. We'll do 3 of them tomorrow. So it'll be a first come, first serve basis. I'll give instructions on how we'll work that out. But you may be asking yourself, what is a troll head? Well, let me show you. A long time ago, we used to do these troll heads for fun. And they were a big hit. Bringing them back. These are the troll heads. Right here. So I'll pick a theme, and then if you're the one tipping to get one made, you'll get to choose the profession, gender, and race, as in like orcs, men, elves, you know. And then if you cover the shipping, you will, I'll send it to you. Just bake it and send it to you. Here's a baker. That's the game plan. So that'll happen tomorrow. And I think we'll do it on Fridays. We'll head for tips on Fridays. It'll just help, help keep the lights on around here and do something fun. Get some artwork out there to you guys that might not have the, budget for a large piece or whatever, I think it'll be fun. Troll heads for tips tomorrow. Now there'll be a minimum. I'm thinking it'll be like 50. And we'll do 3 of them. Three of them tomorrow. And we'll just see how it goes and just kind of adjust from there. Troll apocalypse. Are Warhammer orc heads an option? Well, like I said, I'll pick a theme. Probably each Friday we'll have a theme. And then you pick profession, gender, and race within that theme, and there we go. Or you choose dealer's choice, and I'll pick, maybe even do a little spinny wheel that randomizes. Could be fun. And then we make it. Warhammer Orc. I choose Pikachu.
done, brave hero. Your labor has borne fruit. Enjoy these goods as a reward for your dedication.
This is a man. Hey. First wisdom of the evening. Thank you so much, man. Ah. The boys. Gillyweed. 18 months. Thank you very much for sticking with me. There's a man. Let's see what we got for you here. Not every locked door is meant to be opened. Some protect you as much as they keep things out. Oh, yeah. Very true. Careful when opening locked doors. All right, this fly. Okay. Okay. Oh. Son of a... He's too active. Your friend. Yeah, I'm gonna get him. Keep bugging me, fly. See what happens. Okay. To puff up this collar on the outside here. The fly. I like how you had to specify. Get off of my clay brick, you son of a... Gotcha. Okay, now to get the lid on. Now I'm just gonna pinch it closed like this. Okay, can we do it? Oh, we can. Ah, he tried to escape. All right, Corbett. Well, like I said, I kind of want to do it every Friday. So, just a fun end of the week activity. Ah. Now, who's the bug? Who's bugging who now? Don't worry, he's got a breathing hole. Let him outside later so the spiders can eat him. Ah, no more fly. You know, flies, if you move slow enough, they can't see you. That's how that trick works. If you move really fast, they can see you very well and probably move faster. I've seen this movie. Tomorrow we're all just watching a fly sculpt something. How many peas? How many you got? That's for you to guess and me to decide. Well, when it comes to peas, I always assume everybody has at least 2 mason jars full of dried peas. Sparrow Philly, hello. How you doing tonight? Okay, let's see. Okay. To about here. You're sick and not feeling well, but it's nice to watch the Master Sculpt at work to pass my sick time. Yeah, well, hey, glad to have you here. I hope you feel better soon. What kind of illness has got you down? Respiratory or flu? It's okay, you don't have to answer that if you don't want to. Question about your gardening. Wife would like to know how you grew such large garlic bulbs. Please and thank you. Okay. Well, you plant them in the fall, right before winter sets in, okay? You plant your garlic rant incoming. Now, I didn't always grow such nice, giant garlic bulbs. I learned that the size of the clove determines the size of the bulb. So if you plant the small garlic cloves, you're going to get small garlic bulbs. So when you buy your garlic, just buy some organic garlic from the grocery store, pull it apart, and only plant the large cloves. So that was the main thing I did different this year that I didn't do the year before. Everything else was the same. I planted in the same spot. And if you end up planting your garlic in the spring and not the fall before, it's really hard to make big garlic that way. You really have to let them overwinter. So that's pretty much it. So what I usually do is in the fall, I have my area where the garlic's going to be planted. I plant my rows of garlic, and I actually lay strips of cardboard down in between the rows. And then I cover the whole thing with like grass clippings or fall leaves or something. And then next season, not only does your garlic just come up right where you plant it, but you have to do very minimal weeding thanks to the cardboard being in between the rows. And it'll all get compressed down over winter and be nice and, stuck to the ground. So cardboard has been my secret tool. Not only am I recycling, but it's a valuable tool for just keeping plants and weeds down and moisture in. So, and it only lasts. You have to redo it every year, but yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm very happy with the garlic harvest this year. It's over there hanging in the workshop. The workshop doubles as a dried garden produce storage area. Book suggestion: Bushcraft with Christopher Notbusch. I don't know. I don't feel like I know that much. I know, it is a hobby of mine. Gardening and real life, survival skill stuff. But I'm no like expert that does it all the time. I just absorb that stuff like a sponge. Not bushcraft. Yeah, right. So we're gonna, to start this fire here, we're gonna take some cast clay and we're gonna rub it together in our fingers and poof, there you go, fire. I was trying to do this thing where every weekend I would practice a bushcraft survival skill. And I stuck with it for a couple weekends. I learned how to how to tie my own gill net. I remember that. Because it's once you do it, once you can read about something a million times, but once you actually go through the motions of doing it a few times, then it really sticks in your noodle, Right in the noodle. Panguaka. Thanks for joining, friend. Upset stomach, huh? Not sure if I know any good remedies for that other than basic stuff, which I'm sure you already know, like chamomile tea and stuff. That's definitely been a passion of mine too, is learning different herbal medicines for remedies and medicines for certain things. And a lot of will. And a Zippo lighter. What is it? I heard this quote, it was so funny. Why is it when you want to intentionally start a fire, it takes a whole box of matches, but forest fires only require one? Playing off of the that saying that it only takes one match to start a forest fire. Why is it when I try to start a fire, it takes a whole box of matches, but a forest fire only takes one? Let me turn this fan on here. One thing I want to do here, let me show you guys this real quick. There's a down the street, there's a tree that it's a black walnut tree. So last year, me and Emma, every time we walked past, we grabbed we filled my cargo pockets full of black walnuts, and they've completely dried out from the year before. And what I want to do now is, now I take this husk off, this outside part, and get the walnut out. But what I'm interested in is actually this husk right here. I can take all the husk material into a bucket and add water and let it sit for I think a couple days. You let it sit, then you strain that and mix it with, I think, alcohol. And what it creates is a homemade natural walnut stain, wood stain. And they still have that walnut smell. It's really nice. Pretty cool, huh? Because, you know, wood stains are so, like, hard to find a good wood stain that's not, like, super toxic. But I seen how that stuff works.
Well, I normally don't take coin from magic, but this is a special case.
All right. Hey, Fenrir.
For my new adventure boots.
For your new adventure boots. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Okay. There you go. There's one boot. And we're gonna use the duplication method for the other one there for you. Hey, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the $50 tip. Very generous of you, my friend. I mean, I'm not complaining. Thank you so much. You could have waited till tomorrow where we have the troll heads, and I could have made you a troll head, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's extremely, extremely helpful. Thank you, Fenrir. Not often you meet people that stain their entire patio with their homemade mix. Yeah. Thank you. Here's your adventure boot right there for you. Just reach in the screen and grab it there, buddy. It's a perfect fit, I swear. Awesome. Okay. Work's done for this evening. Thanks, Fenrir. Catch you guys later. Actually, I want to show you my I harvested recently popcorn. What have you done? Yeah. Japanese hulless corn, which is what is used to make popcorn. Special variety of corn. It's a really unique look to it. You can kind of see, you can see the kernels. I mean, it's still drying out, but looks just like popcorn kernels. Can't get one out. Strange look, isn't it? Yeah, my area gets pillaged pretty quick with animals or insects when it comes to corn, so I harvested it a little early, so still got to dry. There we go. We can grab this one. There you go. A little popcorn kernel right there. Okay. That's enough garden rant. Let's get back to work. How long to dry it? I don't know. Oh, we'll see, I guess. It was pretty green when I harvested it, so it'll be a little while. Hopefully it wasn't too soon. It should be okay, though. That's one thing to learn, too, like certain things like sunflower seeds and stuff like that. You don't want to let it fully mature on the plant because it'll get pillaged. Like entirely pillaged, so. So as soon as the sunflowers bow their heads face down and then the outside petals start to kind of fall off, that's when you know you can harvest it. The seeds aren't 100% ready yet, but they will still finish even though the head is removed from the plant. Yeah, well, yeah, when it greens like lettuce and stuff, yeah. As soon as lettuce starts to bolt, which means it starts to grow in height, it starts to pretty much entering its seeding stage of life, then it goes bitter. When animal life starts eating your plants, it's time to harvest a few days ago. Yeah, right. The animals know when things are ripe. I'll tell you what. But yeah, just kind of realizing that most things can be harvested a little bit early, slightly before it's ripe, and still be enjoyed and finish ripening inside. It's a game changer with saving your harvest from pillaging. Those dang pillagers. Bugs too, yeah. You know, bugs kind of grow just like plants do. They have a very each insect has its own unique timing. So if you can really tune into that timing, you can even plant stuff in a way that you just completely avoid the pests that will plague a certain crop just by planting it at a certain time. You'd kill this year. I got some cabbage caterpillars. They literally eat at everything in a couple. Yeah. You know those white butterflies, beautiful white butterflies you see flying around the garden? Those are where the cabbage caterpillars come from. Cabbage flies, that's what they're called. Now you can proactively fight against them with like neem oil or something like that. You can like spray your plants, or I see a lot of people, they have like white like a mesh that they kind of wrap their greens with to stop that from happening. But I don't know. I kind of just take what I can get, and then when I can't get any more because of the insects or whatever, then it's like, all right, just let it go to seed and do it again next year. There's also ways to like plant certain things next to each other to almost like throw off those insects, you know? Like I had one year I had a cabbage type plant. I had like a section of them in the garden, just like all by themselves. And then another time I had the cabbage, or no, in the same year I also had some cabbage type plants that got completely surrounded by tomato plants. And it was an interesting observation I noticed is the cabbage that was completely surrounded by the tomatoes, I'm talking like butt up next to it, were completely untouched by the cabbage flies. I think it's just the tomatoes plant has a very specific smell. Maybe it like masked it, or maybe it attracts a certain predator that would eat the cabbage moths. I don't know what it was, but yeah, so I had this group over here to the right that was getting completely decimated, and then in this like 5 feet over to the left, there's 2 plants that were just untouched. So there's definitely ways to manipulate nature. Just have to figure it out. I think that's what I love about gardening, man. It's one of those things, just like sculpting, where I just know I'm gonna spend my whole life doing this thing and still uncover new things every year, you know. Every year gets better and you learn more, and yeah, see, now that is as satisfying as that is to do. You just can't be like watching your yard 24/7 with your electric tennis racket, you know. Have to come up with systems that are more automatic. Although I'm sure your dad affected the outcome. It's quite a tall order to be like, you know, a living scarecrow, essentially. Scare Dad. All right, Hummingbird, it's up to you while I'm at work. Yeah, exactly. Or maybe he's probably already retired and had all the time, but at that point in his life. Trust me, I've tried battling manually. Fighting insects is not. It's like, man. My big battle was squash bugs, okay? Squash bugs and vine borers. Both target squash. Squash bugs, they look like those shield bugs or those stink bugs. And they have these little tubes and they just sit there and they just drink delicious squash juice out of the squash, and they like shrink and get and shrivel and die essentially. And they just they populate and they're just hanging out right under the squash plants, under the shade of the squash plant, you know. All of a sudden you just notice your leaves of your squash starting to turn yellow. And you're like, what's going on? Why are they so sad? Lift up the leaves and there's a whole party going on under there. Chilling, drinking squash, yeah, I know. So I tried fighting them with, almost every insect that has a hard exterior shell will die with soapy water, like on contact. So like instantly kills them. They essentially drown because the soap breaks through. Every bug with a hard exterior has like an oily coating that stops water from going into their breathing holes that are on that shell. Well, the soap just goes right to that. So anyways, I used a big pump spray thing full of soapy water and went to like war with them. And deaf. And I ended up doing more damage to my plants because if you do too much soap mixture, like it needs to be a little bit of soap. I think I did too much, but I ended up killing my plants more than the bugs did. So, but I did get the bugs. And then the plants that survived just died anyways to the vine borers, which it's a moth that lays in the nighttime. It comes in and it puts an egg on your squash plant. When the egg hatches, there's a little worm that like drills a hole right at the base of the plant where it comes out of the ground and starts like eating its way up the vine from the inside. Like totally just destroys the plant. It's called the vine borer. Now with those, you can actually do surgery on your plant and cut a little slit, open it up, and like kill the little vine borer in there and save it that way. But man, it was a nightmare. So my solution to this problem was to not plant any squash this year. My theory is the squash bugs lay eggs in the dirt, which hatch. Like it's like planting seeds. They plant their own seeds. And they all came up out of the ground this year, ready to party it up and drink squash juice and hang around in the shade. Well, they woke up to no shade and no squash. So they're not gonna be able to propagate and reinfest off of my delicious squash. In fact, they'll probably go somewhere else. I doubt they'll just hang around and die, but anyways, I think if I wait 2 years, it will be like reset, where I'll have like a 2 or 3 year window before they find me again. The squash tea party of 2025. Squash, yeah, I like squash. There's a prepper squash that I'm very fond of because it's called the prepper squash because it has a higher starch content, and the squashes will last for 2 years, up to 2 years, just are good to eat, which is, to me, is incredible to like grow a food that without any sort of like canning or any sort of refrigeration or anything, it just sitting there, it just stays good for 2 whole years. That to me is impressive. The sweeter squashes, like acorn squash, will have less of a shelf life because of the sugars in the squash. The more starchy a squash is, the longer it lasts. Really convenient, yeah. Well, that's where, winter squash, the name for winter squash comes from, not because it grows in the winter, but because it actually will survive and last all winter. Grow some nice winter squash and just throw it on top of your refrigerator and it'll just stay good for a long time. Actually, a lot of stuff like onions and squash and stuff like that, when we buy it at the grocery store, it's already been like sitting around for a long time before you actually could even be the harvest from the previous season. You don't say. Oh yeah. You ever looked at like onions from the store and be like, man, those are rough. What happened to those guys? Well, they're probably sitting in a giant pile in a warehouse for like 6 months before they got to the store. Yeah, right. Yeah, or you buy a batch of onions and it lasts for 2 weeks in your kitchen and goes bad. But you grow onions in your garden and harvest them and they'll last straight up until the next gardening season, a whole year, Like, what is happening here? Oh, I bet. Yeah. I mean, island dweller life there. Only the strongest onions make it out of the warehouse alive. That's why I cry when I cut them. The onion harvest for me this year is not too bad either. I did good. Hey, Allie. I'm doing good today. How are you? We're just garden ranting. Somebody had asked me about garlic growing earlier and started a garden rant escapade. Ban that fool. My hops in the garden are doing really well this year. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with those. There's a lot of things I'll grow just for the sake of like not the knowledge of growing, cultivating, harvesting something. This is rogues or raiders? What do you mean? What can you do beyond beer? I'm sure it has some other purposes. You can make hoppy carbonated water if you don't want to make. I don't know. I always thought there was some other uses. Do you grow pumpkins ever? Yeah, we were just talking about. I'm not growing any squash variety plants this year at all, which includes pumpkins, because of a squash bug infestation. I'm starving them out. You know, one thing I thought of doing too is, I think I'm going to do this when I start growing squash again. I'm going to have like a bonfire in the area that I grew the squash, like every year in that spot. Just like a bunch of wood piled up and have a nice big bonfire. And then that will burn out any potential eggs from squash bugs from the season prior, almost like resetting it every season. That could be a good. And then also, when you burn stuff, it creates a substance called potash, which causes rampant growth in things. That's why after a forest fire or a prairie fire happens, everything grows back really fast. It's a natural kind of rhythm. There's even some, did you know there's some pine cones that the seeds will only germinate after they've been scorched in like a hot fire. So it's like literally designed to not only the seeds are designed to survive the fire, but they even need a fire to be able to make sure you got any permits required to have fires in your yard. Not where I'm from, geez, but we can just have fires. You know, you just have a fire wherever you want to have a fire. You you have to put some rocks there, you know, and then that's it. Light it up. All right, let's see here. You can have a fire in your front yard if you want. What was I gonna look up? Oh yeah, yeah, see, I figured there was a medicinal use for them. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Hops can be infused into oils, vinegar, or honey to create flavorful ingredients for cooking. Interesting. That'd be something to play around with. Some of the evidence suggests hops can help with digestion due to their anti-inflammatory and anti-spasmodic effects. Hops are known for their relaxing and sleep-inducing properties and can be used in bedtime teas or dream pillows. Ooh. Yeah, I'll probably just harvest them and just make a tincture out of them and call it good. Which EFT character is it? This is a player character, a PMC. Rimsky. How you doing? Okay, back to the boot here. Yeah, it's like let me show you the sketch. Here. This is what we're kind of going for here. I was thinking about the helmet of Killa there. Kind of player-made character, and then a loot bag here, and then we're going to have LED lit glow sticks all around, you know. The idea here we want to convey is like a success, the end of a successful run. So can I make Killa next time? He's I am, this is a commissioned work, so I wasn't able to pick what to make. The client wanted player made character. So, but we do have Killa's helmet included in the base. Got a long way to go, that's for sure. Still shaking off the sleepies, huh? Some deep sleep there, my friend. We all did, I'm sure. It's the newness of life, you know? Everything's still new and exciting, and your body's brand new and still all the energy. Makes sense. It's like when a new game comes out that you're really into. You just don't want to stop playing it, even when it's time to call it quits. Yeah, right. Yeah. That's about right. And we were all like that at some point. Night terrors. I used to have a repeating dream when I was a kid that I would sleepwalk and be like crying and terrified. I still remember the dream. It was the same every single time. It's like I was walking. It was always the same scenario. I was like walking on like a neighborhood sidewalk, and it was like, you know, some days when it's like autumn and the sun is setting, so it's like all the sky, the air itself is like orange, you know, like everything around you is like tints of orange, sepia tone. That's what it's like. And I remember I'm always walking down the sidewalk, first person perspective, and then I hear a crunch, and I look at what I had stepped on, and it's like a fall leaf. And every single time after I step on the leaf, a tornado, like a whirlwind tornado, just like spawns right on top of me. And that's pretty much it. Had that dream so many times as a kid. And it got to the point where I like knew I would be in that dream, and I'd know to like be very careful not to step on any crunchy leaves. But I would always somehow get distracted enough to look away, and then it would happen like every time. Yeah, in those dreams I would always wake up in like random place, like in the hallway with my mom like holding me or something, you know. It was very realistic. Yeah, there's nothing else happened. It's very simple. But that was it. I can still visualize it in my head. It was when I was a kid. It's probably stopped. Probably younger teenage years. You know, probably like maybe 11 or 12. I can't even remember the last time. That definitely happened often when I was younger. Not sure why. Time walking? What's that? It's like that moment of, you know, when you can tell deja vu is about to happen. Like you can sense that you're in a moment that you've experienced before, like deja vu. And you try to do something to like juke it, to like fake out the deja vu. But then the thing that you do is the thing that actually happens in the deja vu, and you don't realize it until right after. It's like one of those. My future self giving me a heads up. You never tried that? You never tried juking the quick, do something completely unpredictable. and then you realize, oh, yep, that's exactly what happens. Dang. Oh, I have. It never works. I feel like that happened more often when I was younger. Deja vu. Probably like younger teenage years. I would have it all the time, but I don't really have deja vu very often. Get a good tornado shelter set up. I live in a place. I have 0 tornado shelter. Actually, we usually if there's a bad storm that I'm worried about, we go to the neighbor's house and go to their basement. So we got a good relationship with the neighbors. Yeah. But that dream, I remember specifically that dream always felt like a moment of deja vu. Like the same kind of idea that you're like trying to do something to make what's going to happen not happen, but then it happens anyways. Be careful. Don't ignore your future self. That's not my future self. No. Every once in a while, I'll just be like sitting around in the workshop and like all of a sudden I like turn around and a big swift boot kick on my rear end will happen out of nowhere. And then it'll be this voice, this old man voice saying, "Get to work." And I'm pretty sure those ones I'm pretty sure are my future self. Just Hey, what's up, Olaf? Let me go grab some coffee real quick, and then we're gonna finish up this boot. Speaking of boots, I'll be right back.
Hail,
Oh.
noble ally. Please
Not
accept
before we
these
celebrate.
treasures as a gift for your unwavering service.
10 years, man. Holy cannoli. 120 months of support, dear Mr. Olaf. That is quite significant, my friend. 10 years. That is a lot. Thank you very much for sticking with me for so very long. This will be an extra special wisdom. I can feel it. My deja vu is telling me. Yeah, let's read this and then I'll go get some coffee. Let's see here. Snail slime. It's been a wee while for sure. How you been, Mr. Olaf? How's life treating you? Truth rarely arrives in fanfare. It slips in when you're quiet enough to hear it. It slips in when you're quiet enough to hear it. Truth. Yes, indeed. Lots of ups and downs at the moment. I'm doing all right. Cheers, me. Hey, man. Going through some storms. Storms of life.
You must pay the toll to cross my bridge, and that is not enough.
Hey, Chewy, thank you for the $7, man. I appreciate that. Cheers, Chewy. Can't cross the bridge, though. Just wasn't enough. Not enough to cross the bridge. Yeah, we're doing good, Mr. Olaf. Doing really good, man. Doing good. You know, when things are rough for me, something that helps me is I will actively say out loud the things that are going well. You know, that things that I can be thankful for. I'm telling you, give it a try. It really does help. I'm talking about like when you're like really stressing out, or you're really got like a negative cloud over your head. it does something to just pause for a moment and recognize the things that are doing good, you know. So gratitude journal. Yeah, I'm telling you, it really does work. Does it count if it's said sarcastically? No, like genuinely just realize the things that are going good, you know, like, and there's always something, you know, there's always something. Even just the ability to breathe clearly, you know what I mean? There's always somebody dealing with something that you're not, you know. And it's good to take pause, and it helps you weather those storms you're going through and stay more on a positive beat. So we're with you, Mr. Olaf. We shall bear each other's burdens together. Thanks you very much for all the years of support, helping me bear my burdens. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What if it's just the absence of catastrophe at the moment? Yeah, perfect. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got the light. The lights are on right now, you know. I had a big meal today. That's right. Been able to be here for 10 years. You're with us. Certainly something to be thankful for. All right, let me get some coffee. I'm gonna be thankful for this cup of coffee. I'll be right back. All right. Back to the boots. Oh, really? What is this from? Pillars of Eternity soundtrack. They probably had like permission. Those bigger companies, they definitely gotta do things more legit. Although a lot of games allow the use of, like, in their ELUA, usually they permit the use of their content for streaming and YouTube. EULA, there we go, that's the one. The Olua. Most games that come out allow, because otherwise no one would be able to stream the game or do like a YouTube review of the game. They don't want that. Digital Foundry. What's that? What game do they make? I do, yeah. Friend, you've come to the right place. I actually have full YouTube playlists on how to make sculptures the way that I do. Very in-depth. Go check it out. Should be the first, within the first couple of lessons where I go over wire armatures. Okay. Interesting. And of course, feel free to ask any questions you might have here in the chat, if you have any specific questions. What's up, Springmelt? Good morning. Happy Friday. Just kidding. Still Thursday. I see. Wait, is the what kind of character is it? Also, do you have the head yet? Or are you starting with the body? Okay. So typically you want to go by like heroic proportions, which are essentially a little bit kind of tweaked. Not like a classic human, but so like here's a reference for like a standard human. There. Right here. So there's kind of like your head measurements for like a standard human, but heroic proportions. Let me show you. So what is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 heads tall, including the head itself. So 7 heads tall, not including the head. But then you have your heroic proportions, which are like right here. So you can see this is the standard human. Heroic is 7.5 heads tall. Heroic proportions is 9 heads tall. Like a superhuman type. And then you have idealistic 8 heads. Most artists accept 8 heads as normal, which is what I showed you. So nice, bionic. So you just kind of have to decide what character that you kind of are trying to go for, you know. It's some sort of like demonic baddie guy, like ultra bad guy, then you probably want to go with 9 heads or 8 heads. I think this guy I'm doing right now is 8 heads tall. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he's about 8.5. I thought the heroic proportions were 8 heads. Yeah, right? There you go. There you go. Eight plus boots. Yeah, sure. And, stay very loose when you're fleshing out your guy's proportions. Don't let yourself tighten up with almost like zoning in and getting too kind of attached to the work early on. You want to use that early stage to be very radical with changes, especially with proportions and okay. My daughter wants a good night hug and kiss. Let me go do that really quick. Get pretty close on these boots. I'll be right back. All right. Back to it. Hey, what's up, Kaylee? All right, I think we can clean that up with a brush. Then do the stitches and followed by the laces. It's a small brush for this. Want to finish the tread on that boot. Hey, Mr. Seb. How do you do? That's a good one. Intense. Picking up some books at your friend's place, huh? Oh, nice. Always good to be in good company. Arturo. Thank you, Arturo. Gracias. Well, I'm screwed. I just woke up from a 4-hour nap. Oh no. Were you supposed to be somewhere? Or? Oh, I see. So now you're gonna have a hard time falling asleep. Just do some late night reading. That always gives me the sleepies. Yeah, I could be totally awake and alert, and do like late. If I get too comfortable and I get to reading, I mean, it always makes me tired. I've read myself into naps many times. A good kind of book that has a lot of thinking in between the passages, you know what I mean? Between the lines. Can't be like a super action-packed story or nothing. Gotta balance the good advice, a little absurd one. Know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're saying, Seb. I have no idea what you're saying. Seb can loan you a book. Hey, what's up, Baron? How you doing, my friend? Good evening. Hey, what's up, Kelly? Gotta get him out of the screen world, yeah. Gotta be careful, man. The allure of the screens is quite powerful. Oh yes, gotta get the shoes. We'll get some pants on them after the shoes are on. All right. I think we do the. I think we're ready to do the laces now. Oh, hi, Mr. Steve. How you doing? Late night, huh? What kind of work you into there, Mr. Steve? We need some extra firm clay to roll out some laces. There's some around here somewhere. But where? Oops. Sorry. Dropping zombie heads everywhere. Should have some more Kickstarter batch around here somewhere. Ah. Whole pack of Kickstarter here it is. It'll be a sad day when I eventually run out of that stuff. Hey. What's up, soldier dude? Hey, have a good night, man. Have a good night. This is a collector's item right here. Look at that. Exclusive Kickstarter reward. See that guy right there? I sculpted that guy on the end there. That was my first full cosplay sculpture. Now, what's special about the Kickstarter batch is it's extremely firm. Oh yeah, look at that. So, you'll see here. Ah, yes. Some quality Kickstarter batch. Ooh. That stuff's like a rock. But once you can condition it, it is really awesome for doing small little strings or belts. Anything that's got to be really tough. Yeah, this stuff is pretty hardcore. I mean, that's probably enough already. We're able to roll this out very thin and it maintains its shape quite well. If you use softer clay, it's much harder to roll something out real thin and it to kind of not stretch or not really move around too much. So we will use this to make our laces. Right. Let's lace it up. Oops. Nice. I need more shoestring. Oop, I just dropped it. Oops. Oops. Have to make a little bit more. All right, now we go in with a tool to push all those shoestrings in place. Now we have to sculpt the little clasps. Psst, psst. Oh, yes. Certainly. Vacto land. Hello, Vacto. Yeah. So once this boot, just when this boot is finished, I will bake it. Got a few little scratches on here too. A few gory scratches. Mr. Peepo. From the laser combat. It's actually a portrait for professional laser tag team portrait. Thanks, Clayton. It's definitely a different challenge. Different kind of challenge. But that's good. We always need to be challenged. Same with like the anime character. Female characters in general, you know, it's something I've definitely felt myself improving at over time. There's always a thing or a subject you'll avoid because it's difficult for you, and that definitely was mine. Tell you, this is why I love commission work so much, because the commission will make you face the thing you're avoiding. And every time you face it, it becomes something you're more familiar with, to the point where eventually you're not avoiding it because it becomes a comfort zone, you know. We just must humble ourselves and face our difficult things head on. With all humility. Right. Let's brush that with alcohol, and then I think we'll brush those shoestrings with some clay glue. And I'd say that's a wrap for that boot there. Okay. I wanted to take a look at him one more time. Ooh. Let's move you. I baked these two together, but I wanted to push in a few more wrinkles, I think. How would you go about making a dozen small leaves? How small? Two on your thumbnail. Okay, that's pretty small. I mean, probably on a flat piece of wood. Kind of like doing a small feather. Hold on 1 second. Aye, Rimsky. Yeah, I think I would do it like this probably. Farmer clay. Right. Try to kind of get the shape. Well, actually, no, here. That's already too big, though. Stick it back on there. Yeah, something like that. And then, get the stem going. Then bake it, and then maybe do the other side, or not, depending on how what you can see. Maybe it's like a curled leaf like this. You don't see the bottom. Yeah, so the key is to leave a chunky end where you can handle it, kind of like this, and then you kind of almost like blending the clay onto the wood, and then peeling it off first, and then putting it back on, then shaping it back on the wood. Because what happens is at the initial peel, you can rip it, so it's better to just get it detached, then do your details, which doesn't really stick it back on there too much. You could even mess around with using like baking soda or something too. Yeah, and then that gets it really thin. I've done feathers in that similar way. Yes, no problem. Hey, nice, Bango. So, when you won trivia, did you tell them, yep, it was all thanks to watching twitch.tv/cnotbusch that made me ready for this moment. So check it out, guys. You can be a winner just like me. Just curious if gave credit. You get all the pop culture from this stream. Eat that, twitch.tv/cnotbusch. Just saying, it's a perfect opportunity. Could have been a great day for being an ambassador. Please leave. $25 gift card. All right. Hey, better than a $0 gift card, right? One round for the team. Put it on my card. And the lady's like, sir, you still owe $39.57 for the round. This economy, man. Put that on my other card. I think I'll use a coarse bristle brush and add a little bit of brushed on texture with this. I think I'll be happy with it then. Coarse. Need a coarse bristled brush. Thought I had one in here. Oh, yeah. Yes. Coarse bristles. Look, Bango, I caught another fly with my steel stick tube. You proud of me? I have done it before. I think that's like my third or fourth one on stream. Soon this will be a fly catching stream. Mr. Miyagi fly catching stream. Like flies to the stream. Really nice what kind of texture that gives. And it's practically free. It's just the realization that cloth texture is just noise, structured noise. It's the noise that makes it read like cloth. And these coarse bristled lines make noise. Yeah, you fill in any blanks with your own creative discernment. Because here's the thing. Think about this. If you can't find reference and know exactly what the back looks like, then neither can anybody else. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second in the middle of my sentence. So nobody can tell you that it doesn't look like what you decide it looks like. You know what I mean? So as long as it makes sense, who's to tell you it doesn't look like that, right? Everybody has a little Voldemort in the back of our head, tormenting us with decisions that don't help us. The enemy within. All right, that's better. I feel better about that. Get him baked. Looking overlordy. That's right. Yeah, and the chest piece on this one comes off, and that's how we're going to access the inside of his chest to run the lights. So, okay, so I'll get him in the oven and our boot man. Can lock those pieces in, and yeah. Looks really funny with those skinny legs. Yeah, I know, right? One character got the lower portion, and the other portions at this stage are fun. Yeah. This is the fun part of the project of, you know, kind of like working through each section, you know, especially on a character like this, you know. I mean, I guess it's still fun on the other guy. It's just it's a little bit more serious, the making the equipment and everything look good. So, okay, so what will be the next part? So the next part of him, he's got another pauldron, and then I think we start working on the lower body. Boots guy, I think the next part will probably be his pants and maybe some accessories. But anyways, when you bake one part and add more clay and bake it, the lower part doesn't get burnt. It doesn't, no. You can bake it as many times as you want without any negative consequences. I know. It was just as surprising to me the day I learned that detail. So tomorrow's Friday. We got a couple. We only have the morning stream going on, but if you tune in, we got a couple special events going on. It's show and tell day. So if you have something you want to share on Discord, please share it, and I will be looking at it and commenting. And we're also starting something called, well, we don't know what it's called yet, but we're going to start.
The strength of the cnotbusch kingdom lies not in our walls,
goodness.
but in our people.
Oh my
March
goodness.
to war.
Odin the Bearded One. I am just wrapping up myself But hey, come on in. Just start over. Yeah, I'll start over. Yeah, I'll show you guys what I've been working on. But hey, thank you so much, Odin. I appreciate it. We were working on a Escape from Tarkov piece. We sculpted this boot today to match this boot. So now he's got a whole set of boots. The head and the mask is done. And we'll be able to move on to the other parts of the character. And then we did, earlier today, we sculpted, this is Overlord, the character from the game. We did the sleeves, this pauldron here, and the cloak. Oh, and then part of this helmet here. So, all right, nice. That's what we were working on today. Got a little goblin guy. Did we work on him today? I can't remember. Little goblin chess piece. But yeah, so tomorrow we're going to be doing something called troll. I'm bringing troll heads back, which are these little heads. Now, these are from a while ago, but I think they still hold up pretty good. Little character heads. We're going to do troll heads for tips at the end of the stream. I'll probably do, I think, probably a max of 3 so it doesn't get out of hand. But I kind of want to do that every Friday and just start making them. So people will tip a certain minimum to get one made, and you'll be able to choose the profession of the character, the gender, and I think also the race. So it could be like an orc or a goblin or a gnome or something like that. And then if you pay the person who picks it, if they pay for shipping, I'll send it to them. I'll bake it and send it to them. So just to kind of help, keep the power turned on, and I think it'll be a fun thing to do, to bring that back. So it'll be a fun way to generate some support and also get some of my work in your guys' hands. So for those that are interested, make sure you tune in tomorrow or Fridays moving forward. We'll just do a little fun trollhead session. So killing me. Yeah, sorry, Bingo. Friday mornings. You'll have to go on a bathroom break or something, or take a day off, scheduled day off to catch one. Yeah, it'll be fun. Call me up when he starts doing D&D Monster Manual again. No, trust me, the missus is on top of me to make sure this doesn't get out of hand. And I don't know, I just think it is fun, and I think we all enjoyed it, and I think it'll be a great way to, like I said, generate some support for keeping the lights on, in a fun way. So, hey, no worries, Odin. There's always next time, my friend. Twisting the number 8 to a little deeper. So, and it will be capped. Like I said, it'll be capped. We'll start with 3 and see how we manage with that, and then go from there. So, but it'll be fun. Anyways, let me find someone to raid, and we'll get out of here. Appreciate that there, Odin, and everybody that came in from Odin's stream. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for joining us. I do hope you will follow and come join us again some other time. Let's see, what do we got today? Let's see. I'll find someone real nice for you, all right? Choices. Caesar, maybe Caesar. Oh, Brock. You know, let's go raid Brock. He does he's a Canadian fellow that does airbrushing, like 2-dimensional airbrushing. Really, really cool. Very nice work. He's a cool guy too. Fun to hang around. All right, everybody. Till tomorrow. Bye-bye.